What inspiration sparked this, Jim?
Well, I mean, I guess I wanted to corner the market on Image Comics with offensive titles. So I wanted to make one, just more books you can't say in polite company. No, I mean, Gary and I worked together for, 60 issues of Scalped. Became friends over the course of that. I mean, again, it's one of those situations where Scalped was produced by people in, I think, 4 different countries. So we've still never all been in the same room at the same time. Like, I've met all those people separately, and some of us have been together, but never all of us. So I went from, only talking to Gera on emails. He lives in Barcelona. He's Serbian, but he lives in Spain. So we met about 2-3 years into Scalped. We met and shared a room together in New York City, which was like kind of stressful going into it, because I thought, like, I've never met this guy. Like, this doesn't go well. This could be the end of the book. Thankfully, we hit it off. So we hung out together in New York. A few years later, my wife and I went to Spain, and we ended up hanging out, having dinner in Gera's house. So he and I became very good friends over the course of that. So once Scalped was done, I knew right away I want to find something else for us to do. Something that's different. I didn't want to do another straight crime book. Something that's different, but at the same time would feel like the logical thing for my guys who did Scalped to do. So yeah, we just announced it as the guys who did Scalped do the Bible, which I said was like if you got Quentin Tarantino to direct the remake of the 10 Commandments, like this is what it would be. Which again came from kind of where I grew up. I grew up in a small town, very conservative, very religious place. I was raised in the church. I've always been fascinated by the stories of the Bible. You've never really seen the stories of the Bible told in quite this way, I think.
But the stories themselves are actually really hardcore. And then now you're just giving it the next level of that.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, this is a book it's all about life before the flood, right? Before the biblical flood. So if you take that story for what it is, it's saying, the humanity had gotten so completely corrupt and out of control that God was like, just fuck it, I just gotta kill everybody.
Let's start again.
God made a terrible miscalculation. So that's the world I was fascinated by. That's what this book is about, that world. So that's got to be a really awful, awful place. And our main character is Cain, who's the guy who invented murder, right? Like, he's the first guy to ever kill someone else.
And it was his brother, which is,
Right, which is even worse. He's been cursed, because of that. So yeah, I mean, I'd always kind of wanted to do a book like that. I actually pitched that to Vertigo back when I pitched Scalped. Pretty much the exact same thing. It wasn't called The Goddamned. But literally there was another Bible book being published at Vertigo. It's called Testament. It's like the one time there was another Bible series being published. So so I, again, just kind of filed that away, and when Gary and I started talking, that kind of popped up, when I kind of changed it and tweaked it years. Part of it, again, like me wanting to do those Bible stories. Another part is I wanted to see Gera draw, like what's part kind of 1960s Italian Western, part caveman story. Just lots of people killing other people with sharpened rocks and sticks.
And dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs. Lots of nudity, like mostly male nudity. Like the main character is naked from pretty much most of the first issue.
Just covered in gore.
Yes, yes. It's not a pretty book. I mean, I told him going in, like, every person we meet in this world should be scarred and disfigured, and diseased, deformed in some way, except for our main character, Cain. It's kind of his curse, is because he's the guy who invented murder. Now he can't die. So he comes to town and he's just immaculate.
Got beautiful skin.
Right, beautiful skin, not a scar or speck anywhere on him, which is terrifying to everybody else. It's like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Why does he look like this? Even babies look fucked up. So yeah, I kind of knew, like, Gera will draw the shit out of all that. I mean, Gera's drawn samurai stories, he's drawn pirate stories, war stories, westerns. This kind of takes all that and mixes it up. And yes, with like some of that sort of, end of the world kind of Mad Max, because it's very much an end of the world story, right?
Yeah.
It's just the very
it's kind
first.
Pre-post-apocalypse,
right.
If that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the world on the verge of apocalypse, right? So yeah, you kind of take all that, some samurai, some Italian Western, some Mad Max, some caveman story, and mix it all up.
And you get the God hand.